Alright, so what's up? Welcome back, and of course you could be anywhere, but you're right here with us. Daily routine, feeding the chickens, getting a few eggs. I noticed something and I want to kind of talk about it while we actually take it back to the house. This happens every year, and I wanted to, with you in mind, I wanted to talk about why you've been struggling year to year. Most people that's coming into gardening right now, like in the last 2 years, you don't realize it, but you're coming into the gardening game at one of the worst times, which is going to be a good thing for you in the long run. And what I mean by that is you're coming into the gardening game where if you watch YouTube or you look at the news, you'll see the weather is doing things that nobody's used to. So you're just as much as an expert as the next person, because we're seeing things that we've never or that we're not used to seeing. Maybe not never seen before, but just not used to seeing. And one of these you can look at is, it's January, and this fig, this is how warm it's been. After we got that cold little Canadian vortex or whatever we got, right after that it just started warming up. And I'm gonna show you some other ones. Right after that it just started warming up. And so I know what's gonna happen to those. Those things are getting in the growing phase. They feel like it's spring. They're getting ready to go. And then when February comes, they're gonna get burned to smithereens. I know it. I know we got at least one more cold. I'm gonna show you something. Let me show you this. Let me show you. It's been really, really wet, really wet. Rained about 2-3 days ago, but it's gonna stay wet for about a month. So with that though, I see this every year, at least for the last 2 or 3 years. It doesn't get to me anymore. I hate it. I hate the fact that this is the most beautiful time of this peach tree. They're trying to grow this peach tree here. It's amazing. I mean, it's flowering, it's blooming. It's in the middle of the winter. Like, we still got another month, probably still maybe even a freeze in March. And what do? So as a beginner gardener, you look at this and it's beautiful. You look at it and you're like, okay, my tree is alive. That's a good thing. That's all I'm like happy about. But seeing these colors and seeing the beauty of them, you can look at how beautiful it is. You do get some sense of joy in knowing that spring is on the way back. But as a gardener and as a fruit grower, you actually look and it's saddening a little bit, because you're not going to be able to experience the fullness of the joy, because you already know one freeze and all of this is gone. And basically this year might not have anything. Everything is coming alive. Everything is coming alive. I'll show you some of our this one here is a red pomegranate. It's struggling, but if you look at this one, you can squat down just a little bit. If you look at this one, you can see all of, and these are tender. These are still young. This is a young tree. First year really in the ground. This year I was hoping to really get a huge boost out of it. What kind of pomegranate is this? I think this is the Salvatiki, something like that. It's a crazy name. I think this is the Russian one. But all of the pomegranates are starting to flower. And you just, Nikitsky. I got some white one of these is a white. And they're all starting to flower, and you just kind of, you love to see it because you know the tree is alive. But I had the problem at the back with the, what's that native one we have to the back? Let me think. It's a native, the only native tree to America. What's that tree?
Pawpaw tree. The pawpaw.
The pawpaw. Yeah, the paw. Y'all excuse me. I'm getting up there. I'm getting middle age on y'all. So the pawpaw tree, I saw that happen last year, was that it flowered, it had all of the leaves on it, and then we had that late freeze. And with that late freeze, the leaves never came back. The tree is still alive, but the leaves never came back. So it looks like that's a slow grower. So I'm glad it's still sleeping now. I don't want a tree to wake up until it's actual spring. So I know with the way the climate is shifting and acting, it's gonna be hard for you right now. If you can put in the time, get your trees established, work with them, struggle with them. They're going through a hard time just like we're going through a hard time, because from the mulberries to these to the figs, everything is putting on new growth. That's crazy, that's dangerous. They just don't know it. It's like they're supposed to be sleeping and I'm telling them like, go back to sleep, go back to sleep, go back to sleep. It's like a bear waking up in the middle of the winter, like supposed to be hibernating. So there's no way for us to deal with it. There's no way for us to make them go back to sleep. I don't want to pull all the leaves off of them or anything like that, because you never know. The winter might not ever come back. It might just never get back 20 degrees again this year. That'll be a big maybe, but if it does, perfect for us. It gives us that extra time. But if it does, all of this growth is spring growth that we should be getting for spring. And more than likely, we're gonna lose it if we get another freeze. So thank y'all for watching the Grow From The Network. Yeah. Please tell me how to make these trees go back to sleep. Y'all be good. God bless.